I think our time has come that we should stand on our own, tell our own stories, not fear to tell the truth.
Hello, how are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this video from now. Today's video, I'm going to talk about Jacob Zuma. This is the former president of South Africa. As there's a video I did earlier, and I said that I'm not sure if South Africans are supporting the motive of Ibrahim Traore. Now, it was not me saying, but I was reacting on a video of some presenters saying, this video I've seen Jacob Zuma saying that now it is time for Africa to change. It is time for Africa to unite. Now, at this point, I'm sure that African leaders, some of them are waking up, like they want this change. They are seeing what Ibrahim Traore is doing, and they are seeing how he has got a lot of attention from the people. People love him. And now it is time for African leaders to know that it's only by doing good you can be appreciated by the people. I want you to watch this video and then we react.
I think Africa, at this time, we've reached a point that we can, in fact, come together. We can, in fact, put Africa into our hands and develop it. The obstacle is the big countries, former colonizers in particular.
The West.
The West, who would want to keep Africa down so that they are able to benefit from Africa, to control Africa. What is left is that Africa should come together, and it's better to have a country, Africa, under our control, with our resources in our hands. You cannot, if you look at the history of Africa, try to argue that Africa is good, blah, 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 when you have countries that are still calling themselves mother body countries. It's a difficult thing. I think Africa has reached the point. As you said, I was in Ghana. I think the discussion that we had with the leadership in Ghana is a kind of a discussion that has not happened in the past. The manner in which we see Africa, how we want Africa to be under its control, how Africa must benefit from the riches of the continent. I think the debate is changing, and it is a matter of time that Africa, one of these days, is going to be different. Let me just make the point here. When the former colonizing countries were faced with the issue of how to control Africa, they then concocted what was called coups d'etats, wherein they will plan, once in their countries, how to remove the leaders in Africa so that they put their own puppets. It took a long time. As a result, what is called a coup d'etat was hated, because how to take such good leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, and there are many others. But it was initiated by the colonizers. They will buy people so that people are able to kill their brothers for their own interests. You know what has happened now? There are few coup d'etats that have just happened. As a result of that kind of coup d'etats that happened, people today don't see the difference between those coup d'etats and this one. But the coup d'etats that have taken place now are saying to France, enough is enough. Take your
Troops.
Your troops, our money must be here. If we were not misled We would not be saying we cannot take these people as ours because it's a coup d'etat. It's just a name. They don't understand. These young people are saying enough is enough. That tells you where Africa is going. We are saying let that belongs to Africa to come and remain in Africa. And it's correct. What has been done is absolutely correct. Why should the French forces be sitting in Africa? Why should the money be brought from France to feed us when we have got our own? That tells you that the car is turning the corner. It is a reality, it is there. I have a clear understanding of what is happening. The coups of today are not like the coups which were defeating the ends of Africa processed by Europeans. It's a coup d'etat of the Africans defending themselves, taking themselves out of the kind of what these colonies have done to us. But some of us, even in Africa, we don't see it. We still want to put them away, they're doing a wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. No, they are actually taking the struggle to liberate Africa again. And me, I support it, I can tell you. Unless it is a kind of a coup d'etat like the ones before. These ones are saying, let Africa look after itself. Simple.
You've enticed.
The domination of the Western world media has been there for centuries. Many people think it is like things that were made by God or 10 commandments when it is not. I think our time has come that we should stand on our own, tell our own stories, not fear to tell the truth. That gold, that resources come from our country. They belong to us. We are afraid to say so. Our media is afraid because they think this belongs to them. Who gave them? Were they given by God or took it by force, whatever? Now, if, in my view, we have not reached that point to tell the truth as it is, yes, it may be fine that we are beginning to do something, but man, I want us to tell the truth as it is.
Do you think censorship against
I think ever since France came to colonize Africa, it has never made it better. If I talk about France, where this statement comes from. When France was decolonizing, they decided to leave the army, a powerful army, in any place that they were, in order to suppress them if they did anything. That was not thing for us to say thank you, because they did not do what they were supposed to do. They decided that the resources, money, will be determined in France on behalf of the Africans who were freed here. I don't know what France thinks about it. We should have said thank you very much to take our money and use it there and have the soldiers. This is what has led to the recent coups. So it's a wrong statement. I don't agree with it because it has not helped us. The thing that says we are helping you or whatever, not helping us, does not agree that we are free, we do what we want. People who have just conducted coup d'etats recently, because they say we can't have our money in France. We can't have the soldiers from France here when we have got our own. That in itself tells you the man is just talking. He does not know how black people have suffered from white people, particularly the French. So I don't even want to debate that one, because it would take me to debate things that are too far. I'm busy dealing with the situation here. Of course, yes, I'm agreeing. I did not want to get into the details. I just wanted to say that fellow is wrong. We have suffered since they colonized us up to this day. That's what I was saying. In other words, I was answering the question that it is part of what whites think about us. I agree totally. In fact, it is too late. They should have done a long time ago, because it is wrong. Why are the forces of a French country are stationed in Africa, in the country of somebody else? Why? It's because they think they are our fathers around their own area of satisfaction. They're not worried about anybody else. And if you argue, they force you, they kill you. We are not yet right in this globe. Not yet right in this globe. Because some people, for an example, we stay in Africa. Africa has lost a lot of its resources taken by people from Europe. And they still take them today. It's as if God said, you live in your area, but you go to Africa to take what you want. There are companies, huge companies from outside of Africa, who own the resources under the earth. It doesn't belong to them, and they never bought it. But they are taking it every day. If you have been colonized and you are still indirectly colonized, you are still a weaker factor. So that goes together with your input that you make. Is it taken serious? Because if they feel, for an example, no, we don't want this, they will do so. If they want to come and attack you, they will kill and attack you. I'm sure, just to make it more clearer what I'm saying, Gaddafi was killed because his country was beginning to say Africa must stand on its own and live in its own life. And for that, because he was talking like that, he had to be killed by the civilized Christian kind of people. Countries feel these ones now are becoming too big for their size. They will come in, and they've done so in Africa, came in on a number of times. Just before Gaddafi was killed, I was the last president who went to his country. I went there to talk to him when NATO was bombarding that country. In fact, I was given instructions as the president of this country that you fly this way, you lower your trip, and people come from Europe tell us in Africa, and we are in charge. That tells you.
Welcome back. This is Jacob Zuma, the former president of South Africa. All I can say is that unity is the key. And this is what Ibrahim Traore is fighting for. It's a big win for Ibrahim Traore to see someone like Jacob Zuma, who I know sometimes back, he could not say something like this, okay? But I am so much surprised to see now he is supporting the unity, supporting the coup d'etat that are positive, you know, these leaders, they fear coup d'etat simply because, number one, they want power. And when there is coup d'etat, that means you are not, you are being taken out of your power by force. So you won't enjoy the power. We are not supporting coup d'etats, but we are supporting revolution, okay? Revolution is what we want in Africa. Liberation of Africa needs revolution. Why am I saying so? Simply because we are being led by governments that are, puppets to the West. And the West, they want us Africans not to be united. Now, just recently, I heard Donald Trump saying that he wants to take Canada to be part of America. Okay. If America is talking about the unity of these states. Why don't we African countries become states and unite? Number one, I can say this: it is easy to unite and it's very hard to unite. It is hard to unite simply because African leaders, everyone wants power. And I think every region from the west, south, east, and north, they will want to reign, okay? Northern part of Africa or southern part of Africa, eastern part of Africa, all of these people, they will want to reign. And that means it will be hard to get a leader or stability in this Africa when we unite to become one state. Because I think Africans, or we still don't have that mind of unity, simply because we are being used. We are being used by the supremacy, we are being used by the colonizer, and they are dividing us every day because they are the one who divided these countries just by writing on a paper saying this is Uganda, this is Tanzania, this is Rwanda, this is Burundi. But right now, I'm gonna say this: unity is the only key to liberating Africa. Unity is the only way to make Africa great again. Not great again, to make Africa great. Because we have everything. You know that. We have everything. You can tell, you know, the resources. We are countries that we are pumping these other countries. We are the one who are pumping United States. We are the one who are pumping Russia. We are pumping China. We, as Africa, we can feed all these countries. If we unite, it can be great. But let me ask you one question. If you're watching from Ghana, from Nigeria, are you ready to unite? That's the question number one we need to ask ourselves. Are you people ready to unite? Okay, can you work together? Can you people produce one president? You know, if Ibrahim Traore is trying so hard to bring that unity, but some leaders are fighting him because they don't want that. They are eating from white man's hand, you know, and they want to feed this white man. So it is very hard for the unity if we still have these old leaders, Museveni, so kind of them, who they think a country as a house, you know, as a family state. See what's happening in Kenya right now. So first question we need to ask ourselves, are we ready to unite? If we can answer that, we can solve our all problems. Yeah, if we answer that, we can solve our all problems. Because unity is the only key to liberation of Africa. Now, Jacob Zuma has talked a lot, and I was surprised to see he's talking about coup d'etat, he's talking about what's happening, because I have seen leaders now are opening their eyes and saying that, yo, this thing is like serious. Okay? You don't want foreign interference. You don't want France. Let us to make our decisions. Leave our resources alone. It's a matter of taking step. A matter of standing and saying, we don't want to be colonized, because this is neo-colonization that is going on. Ibrahim Traore has come with this agenda, and he needs us. He needs the people of Africa, the youths, the old people. He needs these Pan-Africanist leaders. He needs us so that we can make Africa to be how we want it to be. Just imagine Africa being the superpower. Just imagine every youth in Africa having this dream, what we think of American dream, we are having here in Kenya. We are having here in Africa. Just imagine that black people, and every day they are dividing us. They don't want us to unite simply because they don't, or they know what unity can become or what unity can do to them. They know that unity of Africa will be the end of them. See how France are out here shivering just because some few countries from West Africa, they have said no to them. See how France are going through now economic crisis. If this continues, France will run into economic crisis. If we don't feed them, they will respect us. And we need to do clear business. We need We said France is not bad, British not bad, these white countries, they are not bad, but we need equal. Like, you come to Africa, you extract the resources, we need the equal, we say what, equality on this. But you are exploiting us by maybe, you know, all I can say is that a lot of African people, these countries that they have these resources, they don't benefit from their own resources. That's all I can say. They don't benefit from these resources simply because some people have taken over, you know, and they are eating from this. Now, just tell me what you think on the comment section. Are we ready to unite? But all in all, I was just reacting on this Jacob Zuma video. I want you to watch it and tell me in the comment section what you think about it. But for me, it's a big win to Ibrahim Traore. Until next episode, peace be with you.